Hey folks, hope everybody's doing well. I'm running an experiment and I'm also wanting to make a quick church announcement. Today, as expected, Governor Gavin Newsom announced a reopening for all of California. They brought California's COVID guidance in line with the national guidance from the CDC, and what that means is that California is no longer requiring businesses to require masks of everybody who comes inside. They changed that so that the people who are unvaccinated are still supposed to wear masks indoors, but people who are vaccinated are not required, or at least the businesses are not required to require people to wear masks. Now, some will. The way our church, we talked about this last night at a leadership meeting, knowing that this announcement was coming. They also rescinded all capacity guidelines. So there are a few situations in which you are still required to wear a mask indoors, regardless of your vaccination status, things like airports, trains, buses, government buildings, hospitals, and those things. Churches are not one of them. So we can, as a church, drop the mask mandate. What we decided to do last night is consistent with what we've done all along. We're going to put ourselves on a little bit of a delay in doing that. So when you come to church on Sunday, and we would love to see you on Sunday, last week we had the biggest attendance that we've had since probably February of 2020, because we started to get an inkling and attendance started to drop even in late February. We had almost 60 people in the sanctuary. It was fantastic. There was still enough distancing, but it was also enough people where we felt there was a sense of fullness, like a sense of normalcy. So we're going to remain on a 2-week delay. So for this Sunday, June 20th, and for the following Sunday, June 27th, we're going to request that everybody that comes into the sanctuary continue to wear a mask. Now, I'm unmasking when I preach. The music team, the singers will unmask when they're singing. And there's a lot of space between the speaking and the singing and where the first pews are. There's, I think, 15 to 20 feet, depending on where we're standing on the stage. So we will unmask, but everybody else will be encouraged to remain masked. And then on the first Sunday of July, those of you who are vaccinated, we will invite you, if you would like, you don't have to, but if you would like to take the mask off, you will be free to do so. Unvaccinated people will be asked to remain masked in general, which means everybody under 12. I think down to about age 2, and there's some parental discretion there, but because by definition those people have not been vaccinated yet. What we're trying to do is, I believe the science is clear that if you're vaccinated, you may get the virus, but you're going to get a very, very low load of it, so you're not likely to get very sick, and you're very unlikely to spread it. However, we're also dealing with psychology, and we want to be sensitive to our brothers and sisters who may be more cautious. We want to continue to try to provide the most protection we can. So we believe that the step-by-step protocols have been very effective so far, and we want to continue that. Of course, in July, even if you're vaccinated, you are welcome to continue to wear a mask. I will probably continue to wear a mask except when I'm preaching indoors. If for no other reason, then I'll be able to make funny faces at you and you won't know. No, in all seriousness, it will be one way that I can demonstrate that it is still acceptable for anybody who wants to remain masked, regardless of your vaccination status, that you can. And so it'll be kind of a solidarity thing for, at least a few weeks. So just wanted to make that announcement. It's exciting. We've been excited so far in June. We've started indoor singing. We started the nursery back. Last week we started the kindergarten through elementary class back. It was fantastic. I think there were 7 kids in person, along with another 2 families at least online. So we're super excited about that. It meant a lot more people were able to come and participate in worship without fears of what their children are going to do. And slowly but surely over the summer, we do expect to be able to get back to some level of normalcy in our in-person worship. The other thing I want to mention while I have you here, and this has gone on longer than I was expecting, but the other thing I want to mention is that we know that we had problems with the live stream again. It's one of the reasons I'm doing this test. This test is much more complicated than you think. It's going to Facebook, it's also going to YouTube, and it's going through a streaming software and a streaming service. What happened last week, I believe, is that we had video settings set to a resolution that our internet couldn't handle. Those had been set properly during the week, and then somehow, I don't know if the computer automatically reset or if it was human error, but somehow it changed. About midstream, about 2 or 3 minutes into the sermon, actually, we got much better video and much better audio. And so that is that's what's linked from the website. You can go look at that and you can see what we expect to be able to offer this week. I'm going to try to simplify things for the next few weeks, sacrifice a little bit of the quality that we're kind of going for in the long run to try to make sure that we get a pretty good stream this week, because we feel like we've left out over the last couple of weeks some of those of you who have been joining online, and we don't want to do it. We really value your presence, whether you're online because of COVID fears and you live locally, or whether you're online because you live somewhere else but you just really want to stay in touch with our church. We do value your presence online. We are committed to continuing that and improving it, and not just improving the quality of the stream, but also improving the way that we're able to connect with you and be a church for you. So with all that stuff being said, thank you so much for your support, and we look forward to being in ministry together in the coming days, months, and years with all that God has taught us during this time of COVID. Brighter days are ahead. God is doing wonderful things, and we just can't wait to see what those things are. So have a great day, and God bless.